Who thought knows this song? Nowadays, we're right to the top, like you got something to say, but nothing comes out when you move your lips, just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act, they're not about to pray. Nowadays, we're right to the top, like you got something to say, but nothing comes out when you move your lips, just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act, they're not about to pray. What are you saying, somebody?
Not drunk enough for the rest of that fucking song. How the fuck are you, St. George? Man, thank you. Fuck yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh man, my friends, you know, they call me Big Rob because they look up to me. My family, they call me for money. You know, I've recently been denied for a bank loan. I needed 10 grand for a penile girth reduction surgery. And the loan officer told me, you must be some kind of comedian. And I really took his kind words to heart. I went back the next week, showed him my act. He told me, you must be joking. Those white collar types, real sharp. I tell you, times are rough. I went to the grocery store for bread, milk, and eggs. I couldn't believe how expensive groceries had become. I had to take a loan out just to make breakfast. The interest payments on the toast alone has got me left with nothing but crumbs. If I miss another payment, the bank is going to repossess my car. Joke's on them because I can't afford to put air in the tires. The inflation in this country is out of control. Oh man. You know, I recently decided to stop drinking. When I drink, I leave a path of wreckage spattered with the blood of my enemies, the tears of my loved ones. Now, I'm just sipping. I slurp booze like fun noodles. It's much healthier. That's right, you gotta stay healthy. I saw my doctor recently. He asked me, how often are you running? I told him, Doc, every day I'm running out of money, running out of cigarettes, running out of gas in the car. Then he asked, how often do you exercise? I told him, Doc, you know me for how long? I don't know what it says on those charts. I don't fuck with voodoo. Then he asked me what my diet was, but I'm an Episcopalian and he's a Mormon, and I know how polygamists feel about Protestants, so I didn't really want to talk about it. Then he told me that if I didn't make some changes and quit, I would drop dead within a year. Took his advice and been back to see him since, never felt better. In fact, I found a new doctor, everybody. This doctor, they're a little bit different. They're one of these like new age doctors, right? Anyone know about them? They provide me with a medical marijuana referral, which is really working out great. That means I'm not stoned right now. I'm medicated, really medicated. You know, in order to get to the referral, I had to participate in this really strange ritual in that big old white building down the street. And I was surrounded by old white people. And we were wearing chef's hats. And we had to pantomime these weird Freemasonry-linked hand ritual. And then we learned the secret handshake to get into heaven. It's not even that hard. It's ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's it. You know, and then I got the referral. I committed several felonies driving over to the Walmart pharmacy, ran into the pharmacy and asked them for the strain of cannabis I've heard about for so many years, Gorilla Glue. They sent me to the hardware section. I tried smoking that stuff and I woke up 3 a.m., blacked out, staggering down the interstate naked. It was one sticky situation, let me tell you. You know, they call it ghosting when you leave a relationship without saying goodbye. Aww. If you get a girl pregnant and she has an abortion after you ghost her, does that make you a ghostbuster? There's a stranger's seed growing in your womb. The state of Texas has recently passed the most strict abortion laws in the country, yet you can openly carry a firearm in that state. They've also passed a lot of really strange laws concerning feline species that cannot be spayed or neutered. Now, I don't think these laws are really all about protecting lives. It's about controlling pussy. Speaking of pussy, I eat a whole lot of pussy. Any other pussy eaters in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah. I order a lot of Chinese takeout. My favorite. Oh man. You know, my wife and I, we recently celebrated our second wedding anniversary, And she almost left me when she found out I started using Tinder again while she was out of town about a week before her anniversary. And it's not like I had any choice. The power was out, we ran out of matchbooks. Tinder. My wife and I split shores evenly in our apartment. Oh, you got it, you got it. It's a late burn. It's kind of like taking mushrooms and forget about it. Oh shit. My wife and I, we split chores evenly in our apartment. I'm responsible for washing the dishes, taking out the trash, and shutting the fuck up.
Yeah.
Y'all like that one too, right? I wake up every morning and like a good, caring, loving husband should, I smash my wife's eggs. I prefer mine over easy.
I smashed
I've been working on my clean comedy set, so I've got lots of new material about how much I love bacon, the weather, and how shopping with my wife can make me want to just light myself on fire. Just dousing myself with lighter fluid in the camping aisle at Target, screaming right when I spark up. You think you've seen a lot of flamers in Target before? Just you wait. I get dragged out to Target just one more time, and y'all will be seeing me on the news with my Richard Pryor impersonation. The Olympics are happening in China. Anyone watching the Olympics?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really follow sports, but apparently someone named Brandon's been doing really well recently. I heard about Brandon. I don't really know about his fans though. You know, a lot of them, they seem like they have a few too many chromosomes, you know what I'm saying? Like they may have the R word. That's right, Republicans. A lot of them in the Special Olympics this year. You guys didn't like that one, that's alright. I stopped seeing my barber recently. I've been rocking a self-made fade instead. Check it out. Gave myself a 5 head, it's terrible. I weighed the cost of a barber visit twice a month, just didn't make the cut. I used to see a Hispanic barber because white barbers talk way too much. Asked about my job, my relationship, my hobbies. I came here for a high fade, not an autobiography. Shut the fuck up, righty? You know, those Hispanic barbers, they're way better at lineups because they're more likely to have been in one. It's an institutional racism joke. Yeah, institutional racism, hey. I've been watching a lot of classic hip-hop performances for inspiration on how to rock the mic from rappers like Ice Cube. Solid mic control. I have to start paying attention to these newer rappers like Travis Scott. Any Travis Scott fans here in the house? Nobody? I heard his last show. It was really an uplifting experience spiritually. You know, it was, you know, some people, they were left speechless for the rest of their lives after that show. I heard it was a breathtaking experience, you guys. The unconscious and lifeless bodies of the Astroworld concert victims were passed overhead like a fucking blunt in the crowd. One security guard on site was jabbed in the neck, had to be resuscitated with Narcan. Crowd surfing, free drugs, sounds like my kind of party. When's this guy coming to town? Let me know. Oh man. Well, I think it's about time for me to close out, and I want to leave you all with an inspiring Bible quote that I committed to memory. And I used to tell this to the juvenile delinquents down at Cinnamon Hills Youth Crisis Center when I worked there about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Yeah, it's Cinnamon Hills. Talk about institutional racism, that place. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Well, you know, and you'd be with those boys all day. I was a team leader for the life skills boys. You know what I'm talking about.
I was on the other side.
Yeah, we were leading around a group of teenagers, all there for whatever crimes they're there for. Some of them like serious hardcore felonies. And at the end of the day, after taking them to classes and gym and activities, I'd leave them with this Bible quote, Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and a finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.